Desperate migrants wanting to obtain a work visa are an easy target for fraudsters wanting to make a quick buck. It's a multi-million-dollar industry which can attract some unsavoury operators. One businessman is now being investigated not only by the Immigration Department and the Tax Office, but by police across 3 states as well. James Thomas has this exclusive story.
Abel, how are you?
The Department of Immigration, police and scores of victims all have questions for this man.
Abel Prasad is probably the most deceptive scoundrel that I have met in my life.
You disagree that you're a scammer or a rip-off merchant?
Definitely.
Right, okay. How many businesses have you had?
Abel Prasad sold migration services such as visas and jobs for migrants wanting to live in Australia. But scratch the surface of Mr Prasad's business and some things are not as they seem.
So what are you doing now?
Unemployed at the moment.
I would say he's definitely a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Liana Allen is the head of Australia's peak association of migration agents. She accuses Abel Prasad of running a lucrative international migration scam, into which she was unwittingly lured.
He lies to people and pretends that he can get them a new life in a new country, in Australia. Essentially what Abel wanted to do was he wanted to ride off my reputation and have me to promote and essentially bless everything that he did and to advise all of our members and Legal Training Australia migration agents that he was a safe person to do business with. Essentially what they're saying is that...
Allen was conned into promoting Prasad's former company, SVC Legal, on her website, seen by thousands of migration agents and their clients.
He was extremely charming. He wore a very beautiful suit with wonderful ties. Abel Prasad then proceeds to describe the fact that he can extract decisions out of the Department of Immigration and out of the government because he's friends with them all.
With her support, Prasad now had access to migrants looking for a life in Australia.
If you meet Abel Prasad, just be careful and don't listen any word that he says. 9.5 out of 10 is lying.
Ashley Chen came to Australia on a student visa. His dream, to live and work here. That's where Prasad entered his life.
He introduced me his job, saying that he can do the visas and applicant stuff for me. I also trusted him at that time and I sent the money to him as well.
How much money did you lose to Abel Prasad in total?
All up, it's about $41,000.
So what did you get for that $41,000?
I didn't get a visa from that.
Thank you. No visa, no permanent job, and now no money.
Financially, I only have $10 cash in my pockets.
Chen's student visa expires in August 2016. He is too embarrassed to tell his mother in China what happened.
I was trying to suicide myself once by taking my knife, trying to, but I didn't do it.
Ashley Chen is not the only migrant pushed to the brink by the promises of Abel Prasad.
I was looking for a new job and I was on student visa. And my visa was going to expire, and one of my friends he recommended me he knows someone and who can offer you a good job, and he also can give you opportunity to get new visa.
Jaspal Marok came to Australia from India. He paid Prasad for his Australian working visa and a job. The job never came through, and this visa is fake.
I was so shocked. I can't describe it.
Mr Marok's lawyer, Mohammed Pirzada.
So this is a forged Commonwealth document?
That's correct.
How much did he pay for that?
We have a record to show that he deposited $17,500 in the bank account.
And so the job didn't
didn't turn up.
So everything about this is
fake, totally fraud.
Fraudulent.
Yeah.
Jaspal Marok's original and legitimate student visa has now expired. His situation is dire. Immigration has granted him a bridging visa, but he faces deportation if he fails to get another visa.
It's so hard for me right now. So hard to describe.
The Migration Alliance has received 20 direct complaints about Abel Prasad. Liana believes there are many more.
A lot of the victims are very hesitant about coming forward.
She says the migration industry is facing an uphill battle in their fight against people like Abel Prasad.
I guess we do have this kind of stuff happening quite a lot, and that's something we're trying to stamp out.
Using different names and companies, Abel has operated around the country with seeming indifference for his victims.
I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa.
He started in Adelaide, he conned people there, and once it all got too much, he moved to New South Wales. Once it all gets a bit too much and people are hot on his tail, he then skips the state.
You have been operating as a migration agent, is that right? No. Right, running.
We found Prasad in Brisbane.
The problem is, you say everything's not true, and yet there are so many people suggesting that you're a shyster.
That's fine.
And a fraud.
That's fine.
And a rip-off merchant, and that you prey on vulnerable people.
Definitely, I understand
You
that.
do? Oh, definitely you do prey on.
No. That's what's being said.
Prasad is relaxed about his detractors. Liana Allen says that that's because his victims are either powerless or scared.
You need to really be careful about Abel Prasad.
He says, I have your, if you don't pay, I have your address and I have all your informations. So you'll think about that, something like that.
What do you think he meant when he said that?
I thought that was an imply of you will come into my house and do something to me bad.
Have you ever threatened any of these people that you've offered
Definitely
services to?
not. Definitely not.
You've never scared people?
Please look at me. I'm not a scary person. I wouldn't scare anyone. I've had people threaten me, and I know how it feels. So why would I do that?
And these are the names you've... Tiring of our questions, Prasad referred us to 2 lawyers, but they both denied representing him. When we told him, Prasad insisted that someone would call us to arrange a sit-down interview.
So we'll see you tomorrow morning?
He's going to arrange an appointment with you.
And you?
Yep, I'll be there.
You promise me?
I will. He'll arrange an appointment.
And forgive me for not trusting you, but...
Mate, get out.
No one called us for the interview.
This particular type of scam is preying on the most vulnerable members of our community, and migrants need to know that the laws of our country are being upheld.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yesterday, the Australian Federal Police arrested Prasad in Brisbane. He is to be extradited to South Australia to face charges related to GST fraud. While the charges are unrelated to Just Bail Maroque's ordeal, he and other victims just want to see Prasad behind bars.
I just want justice,
And more than anything, he wants a visa to stay in Australia.
I love Australia, It's my dream to live here, I just love Australia.
James Thomas reporting.